Today is the first of our specialist briefings for you, the professional advisory community in Scotland. And who better to launch us into our programme than Ewan Hall. So, Ewan, the floor is yours.
Thanks, Sarah.
Thank you.
But the advisors have a big role in it in terms of where the idea comes from, whether it's how the parties become aware of it in the first place. We've certainly had transactions come to us because, you know, my accountant mentioned that they were at a seminar a couple of years ago on employee ownership, and that sounds like the kind of thing I might be interested in. They want some cash, they want price, they want a fair price for their business. And almost all the transitions we work on are on open market values, so people realise a full price for their business. Understand the key decisions and elements involved in a transition to employee ownership. And it's flexible, but it's also probably not a million miles away from a lot of the transactions you've been involved in. It's just everything's done with a bit of a twist. Certainly one of the points we would emphasise in any organisation is it's fair, not equal. And there are some people that are more critical for driving success in this business. And so you need to think about the appropriate ways to motivate that success. And everybody wins if we get that right. You know, not everyone will buy in to understand what's happening from the beginning. And you start with the owners. They obviously need to understand what's going on, need to buy into what's going on, because if they say no, nothing happens. But for the employees, there's usually an education process as well, and you will not get everyone on board. And if the owner is going to stay on, and in particular if it's their vision, they can be great leaders for that. But the leaders don't always have to be senior people. They can be people at a lower level as well, and certainly when we're working on a transition, we usually try and set up a transition team that might be drawn from different parts of the organisation that can get involved in a lot more detail of what's going on. We usually are doing group presentations to all the employees, but that can only go into so much detail. But that smaller team can act as a conduit for sharing information with a wider group of employees, but also getting the employees' views on certain decisions as well. And for the employees, often the employees are thinking about succession before an owner, because they're looking at the owner going, you know, what's going to happen here? You know, this guy's going to have to hand on the baton at some point. Well, who's going to take over? Are we going to get sold to those guys over there? Is it his family that's going to take over this business who's never worked in this business before? You know, what's going to happen here? And it helps address that.